Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Warp, the completely unnecessary Star Trek podcast where we do unasked for audio commentaries of Star Trek episodes. My name is Sean.
My name is Matt.
I'm Jake.
Erin.
Minh.
May.
Hey.
Welcome back, everybody. Today, after a 2-week break where we watched Star Trek V, we're back to Next Generation, finishing up Season 2. Today we're watching Season 2, Episode 19, Manhunt. I got 45 minutes and 33 seconds on the clock, and I'm punching the triangle in 3, 2, 1, punch.
Punch.
You guys know there's a gay sex app called Manhunt.
No. I've heard of Grindr,
I'm
but
just tossing that out there.
oh, look at that.
I'm a Manhunt.
Yeah.
Battle dress here.
No, this episode, and I started to think about it, they've really sort of basically turned the Enterprise into a taxi service.
They're Ubering?
Because that's basically all they do in this episode.
Yeah. Oh, geez. Ooh. Sometimes you can't decide who you pick up.
I think Erin has left the party.
Yeah, I'm having some technical difficulties.
It says you've rejoined.
Yeah.
I was trying to be...
It's funny because these are animals, so I would have thought Erin would have been totally into these guys.
I know, I am now that I can see them.
So the one there that Pulaski is scanning, that is being played by Mick Fleetwood.
Of Fleetwood Mac?
Fleetwood Mac, yes.
Get out of here.
Nope, it's true.
Wow.
I saw his name.
He shaved his beard, his iconic beard, for this. He was such a Star Trek fan.
What?
It's true.
Wait, Fleetwood Mac is named after a person named Fleetwood?
Mick Fleetwood. You didn't know that?
Somebody told Dr. Pulaski to smile more, like the director or somebody. Like she's a lot friendlier in these. She's a lot friendlier in these late episodes.
Ooh, that's terrible.
Jesus.
Is that Troy's mom?
The fish thing? Yeah, that's Troy's mom.
You never know what's going to come around on the show, so...
Right?
When I think Fleetwood Mac, I think Lindsey Buckingham and
Well, yeah.
and Stevie Nicks.
Well, Mick Fleetwood was the drummer.
They didn't come along till later, Jake.
Yeah.
The band already existed when Stevie and Lindsey joined.
Yep.
See, now I don't feel as old anymore. You have out-olded me again.
Well done. For the chest. Love it.
Thank you.
But Erin, those fish creatures, I know you're into like mammals and those sort of animals. Are fish creatures and reptiles, are they your thing too? Any sort of animal, big and small?
I've had a goldfish since 2005. Same one. So
Okay.
I'm good at keeping them alive.
There's Troy's mom.
Is it giant now?
The goldfish?
Did it continue to grow to the size of its container?
Yeah, he's in a 10-gallon tank. Tawny the goldfish. I feed him every day.
Yeah.
Well, one would hope if he's still alive.
Mm-hmm.
You don't put them on like a diet or IF, intermittent fasting or anything? It doesn't need that?
Unintentionally, just like...
Okay.
Usually he eats pretty regular, but a goldfish can handle it from time to time. To take
What's the full time spent feeding the animals in and around your house, would you say, on a daily basis?
It's a farm, John.
These
It's like all
days,
day.
it's like strung out throughout the day because now.
Well, sure. I'm sure that I'm just saying, what do you think
It's
collective
what I'm
time?
saying, because I'm here and I'm like more responsive, which is not a good thing because they're, I'm sure, getting fatter from it. Well, it's the first thing I do in the morning. And first I
Up at the crack of dawn, milk the cows.
Yeah, I do. I think about it. I have to feed the livestock. I have to. Dora, who's mostly outside, like she's looking at me through the glass, like feed me. Or Tumford's like slapping me in the face for stuff.
No one counts the hours that Dr. Martin Luther King marched or orated or attempted to turn the world for good. I don't. I just appreciate it.
Not sure what the point of that was.
I was really holding my breath that was going somewhere.
That was it. That was the statement.
Also, I'm pretty sure it's wrong. I'm pretty sure people have counted his marches and his speeches. Yeah.
Oh. Like, he spent 1,000 hours or no, really? Okay. Yeah, I suppose if people spend
Malcolm Gladwell.
It was a weird analogy to compare Martin Luther King, his civil rights movement, to Erin feeding her menagerie of animals.
I don't. She's doing good for the world, I feel like, in her way. In her way. We're so I recognize that, Erin. I appreciate the love and the nurturing and the that is not found everywhere in the world nowadays. So I have to just try to celebrate it.
I did see that the city, I think it's the city of Los Angeles, is maybe the county, is doing some good improvements for feral cats. They're like officially doing that trap, neuter, rescue thing, which I casually do out of my backyard. Or a trap, neuter, and release where you...
Yeah.
So they're trying to do
that. You're trying to keep the population down. It takes a while, but it does work.
Why was Troy's mom down on her knees?
Yeah, right?
She doesn't handle the transporter well.
Oh. Okay. Well, so Sean, as Troy, well, how do you feel in this scene?
What I feel about this episode is there is absolutely nothing happening throughout the entire episode.
There's no stakes at all.
It literally is, we've got these people we have to transport. We transport them. End of story.
So are we doing the IMDb score? Is it going to
let's see here. We kind of skipped over it, but we're watching Manhunt. Season 2, episode 19, original air date June 17th, 1989. A midlife Betazoid condition renders Ambassador Troy hot on the hunt for romance and wedlock with Captain Picard.
This is like Pon Farr.
Or any man. Yeah, she's sort of going through Beta Z Pon Farr.
Haven't they...
Now, Erin, you said you watched the episode?
No.
You just knew it was about Troy's mom?
Yeah.
Got it. What do you think the IMDb rating of this episode is?
Oh, you guys have talked plenty of crap about it, so I'm going to say a 7.
Oh, that's not bad.
May, you watched this episode?
Yep, I'm going to give it a 7.
Oh.
5-4.
Oh.
Ooh, that's harsh.
I mean, I think it's going to get like a 6-1, but I'm going to say 5.
Troy's going to be horny. That's going to be good.
Yeah. I'll say 6-9. Yeah, let's go 6-9. Let's Pon Farr it. What do we got? Matt?
Anybody else? Matt?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I wasn't paying attention. What's the question?
What do you think the IMDb rating is?
6-2?
6-1.
See?
Should have gone with your gut, Jake.
I've been giving them 6s all the time.
That's what I thought it got. It's not what I thought it deserved.
No. 6-1 is way overrated for this episode.
Oh, man. But it's got...
Because it's not even like... It's supposed to be sort of like a funny episode, but it's really not even very funny.
It is very uncomfortable.
She's usually pretty funny, Oksana, when she...
Yeah, but she has very little to do. It's like, she kind of hits on Picard, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Why does her mom have such huge irises? Is it just me?
You're right. I don't know what it is about her eyes.
Yeah.
They just seem like they're just all black.
Well, I don't know. She might be on E if the pupils are all dilated.
She just has black irises.
Riker had his foot up on the console.
Yeah. Pulling a power move.
Put your foot down. People work here.
Wesley's like, why is this grown man sticking his crotch right in my face?
And what's that smell?
That seems weird.
It's not unpleasant, but still, what is it?
That's just Riker's natural musk. Yeah.
Come on.
Oh, man.
Riker man.
Yes, and that smells sort of like balsa wood and
False.
They should put out a Riker cologne.
Right.
Yeah. What would you call it?
They put out a Kirk cologne called Tiberius.
Oh.
And the reason I know that is because I have some. Somebody gave it to me.
Yeah, you do.
Somebody gave it to me as a gag gift. I forget when. I've had it forever.
Did you ever spray it to smell it what it smelled like?
Yeah, I mean it smells fine. It smells like cologne.
I want a cologne, a Star Trek
probably
cologne.
doesn't smell fine now,
Sure.
years later or however long it's been.
Yeah, that verdigris has gone bad. Ambergris. I would like a Star Trek cologne called Engage.
Yeah.
But what would Riker's cologne be called if he had one? We should come up with Riker's cologne, his brand right now. Very
Number one.
Number one. Yes. Hey, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I'm sold.
Riker spice.
Mm-hmm.
What? Riker what? I'm sorry?
Riker spice.
Riker
Spice.
Riker Spice.
Pulaski's just like, fuck that noise. I'm not going to this stupid dinner.
Yeah.
Galactic Lothario.
Curious what is in that bottle, but it doesn't last long because Mr. Drinks it all right now.
It's Gatorade.
Is that guy wearing stilts or he's just that tall?
He's just
Are they
that
using
tall.
false?
Yeah, I know that guy. I've seen him in stuff.
He's the giant from Twin Peaks.
Oh,
And I think he was Lurch in the movies.
Yeah.
So he's definitely an Addams Family guy.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, he didn't really drink it all. Oh, he's got some red eyes. They're really getting down up there.
He's a booze hound.
Yeah.
He does.
Well-
The last episode, he got super drunk. The last time he was on the show.
I mean, it just takes more for him. He's got a lot more body.
Did? I don't remember that.
When they wasn't the last. Is this the second time that
I think so.
Flux on?
Yep.
The first one was the one where she was supposed to get married when Troy was supposed to get married, right?
Yeah, this is their second appearance.
So in that episode, at the dinner they had, he was sitting in the back just drinking the whole time.
Oh.
Mama's got to get some.
Yeah, she's ready. She's hot to trot right now. She wants to rub her hands all over that bald head.
Kirk looked both like excited.
She's an amateur phrenologist.
Yeah, that's right. He's like, let me touch your forehead. I'll tell you your future.
Speaking of touching foreheads, Matt, you had brought up Manhunt. Is yeah, I know that the hetero dating sites have different. I don't know, what would you like? Different ways that you can date, like Bumble. The idea there is that only the women get to approach the prospects. Does Manhunt have a different sort of?
Is that what it is? Is that what Bumble's gimmick is? Is that it's the women have to be the ones to make the first contact? That's a good idea.
Yeah, I think it's great. I think it's great.
Nobody.
Or what's up? Have you used Manhunt, or you just know of it?
I just know that it exists.
Oh, okay. Look at these fancy space forks.
Yes,
what you get in the future.
That is quite the fork they've got there.
It's just like 3 needles on a stick. Well, is she making some moves?
She wants to run her hands up his battle dress.
Her hands looked like she was going for some footsie action.
Yeah, she's doing a little under the table foot stuff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
This was the 80s when, inappropriate touching was okay on television and in movies.
It feels a little awkward with the manservant around.
He doesn't talk. What's he going to say to people?
Have you ever been intimate with someone and a pet will come up, like a cat will come lick your feet, or like a dog will just pop their head up?
I think you know the answer to that question, man.
What?
I think you know the answer.
Oh.
My answer to that question.
Yeah, well, maybe for those who don't live on the farm.
The better question is, when was the last time it happened for Erin? Not if it has happened.
No, we don't, I mean, that might be a little personal.
It's the sole reason I don't have pets,
Oh.
Is what?
We're watching.
What's the reason, Sean?
I don't want them to watch me having sex.
Oh.
Well, if you
that's why you close the door on pets.
Yeah, they don't care.
I'm assuming you don't want your children to watch you have sex either. I'm hoping you close the door.
He just decided not to have kids.
Hey.
Yeah, well, they're easier to hear coming.
Yeah. Until they start to, I don't know. I don't like this conversation. Can we move on?
I love how Minh starts the conversation, and when people actually start to answer the question, he gets uncomfortable with it.
Just like if you had a mute giant manservant, you just get used to having them around. It would just feel natural.
I suppose. Okay.
Do you think that Loxana hooks up with the mute servant every once in a while?
God, I hope so.
I don't think she regards it as hooking up. It's just like using a device.
He's a alien dildo.
Yeah, she kind of dehumanized.
He's like a sex doll.
Yeah.
If they invent a time machine, I'm going to go back to like 2 minutes right before this conversation started, and I'm going to kill me because I realized that I caused all of this, and I'm so sorry, guys, audience members.
I never understand the things that, because I don't know if anybody listened to the episode that just released, but Minh gets very uncomfortable with the fact that we talked about LARPing, which seems like an odd thing for Minh to get uncomfortable about.
Well, I don't know. I mean, we all have our phobias. That's why Fear Factor was a thing. Some people will be okay with.
So if you went on Fear Factor, the worst thing you could think of was that they'd force you to LARP on that episode.
Okay, that's not the worst thing.
They're like, now you must live action role play for the next 15 minutes. Anyone who can withstand 15 minutes with these fucking nerds moves on to the next round. Sorry, I don't do a very good Joe Rogan impersonation.
I remember that being odd because my thought was like, wait, every time I've been in LARPs with Minh, I just regard him as somebody who's just kind of throwing himself into it, doing kind of whatever.
You know what? Sean sent those photos from our water rafting trip, and I have to admit the photo of me is a little shocking, and I can't really believe that I was that person. So yeah, maybe people change for the different, for the better, and I have to make
Which part
amends.
of the picture distressed you the most, man? If you had to pick one thing, would the belly shirt?
The boldness of it, the sheer, what's the word? Hubris. The hubris, I think.
I don't know. I mean, you've got a sleek, tight body. You could pull off the belly shirt.
It seems pretty happy.
You're pulling off the belly shirt, man.
Me wearing a belly shirt would be hubris.
Looking at Minh's picture, what dating app do you think that guy uses?
That's a grinder.
Yeah.
Is there a dating app called Hole Finder?
Any and all holes.
Manholes. That's what that one is for. Boy hole.
Do you guys remember? We've talked about this before. Do you guys remember what they call gay guys who are into Asians? Like who have fetishes for Asian guys? Do you remember what we call that?
Something about rice or something?
Yeah, rice queen.
Rice queen.
Yeah.
Yeah, she does have black eyes. It's unnerving.
Yeah, she does. Yeah, I don't know if those are contacts or how they do that.
She'd be good for like horror movies or sci-fi movies where they do that. And
this is the part of this story where it really this episode gets weird. Because like Picard's like, they're telling him she's gonna come after you. She wants to hook up. She's made up her mind and she's not gonna let up. And he decides, I'm gonna go hide in the holodeck for the next 12 hours until she leaves, and assume that she'll never find me there.
Well, the cool thing about the holodeck is that she could sneak in and become part of that, couldn't she?
Well, that's basically what happens. Eventually, she finds him in there, and she kind of ingratiates herself into the story. He goes back to that. Remember the first holodeck when he's
in Paris?
He plays the the one where he's
a detective. Yeah,
he's a detective. It's a detective story.
Riker's looking forward to menopause all of a sudden.
Why couldn't she?
Like, wait, I can have sex with women, and they don't have to. I don't need to. They won't get pregnant.
Yeah, why didn't she go for Riker? Like, Riker seems like he would be down.
She says he's next on my list. And I think the only reason she doesn't do it is because Troy's like, dude, you can't. I mean, that's
that I see. I see. Okay. I mean,
but she's ready to go after Riker after Picard.
Wait, so those videos online of stepmom and stepsis aren't true? You know what?
You mean those paid professional porn actresses are not actually sisters? Is that what you're trying to suggest to me, Minh?
No, that's what you're trying to suggest to me. Yes. Yeah. Well,
I posted pictures of Tiberius.
That's awesome.
I see.
I like the packaging. Looks good.
Listen to the box is actually the bottle and the box are way cooler than the actual cologne. Although I just smelled it. It smells fine.
Boldly good.
Let me read you a little bit from the back, from the description on the back of the box. Tiberius, explorer, soldier, time traveler, diplomat, legend. Captain James Tiberius Kirk, the most famous and highly decorated starship captain in Starfleet history. Tiberius, cologne for men, embodies bravery and spirit, blending chemistry and emotion for a crisp, clean men's fragrance.
Nice.
Tiberius is a casual yet commanding cologne, spiked with raised notes of freshness and sensuality. Sweet citron zest, black pepper, and cedar create refreshingly clear top notes, layered over a wooded and spicy scent, thanks to its warm vanilla, white musk, and sandalwood base notes.
Oh, it's got vanilla mint into it.
Tiberius cologne for men is difficult to define, and yet although they just spent 2 sentences. They're difficult to define and impossible to refuse in any universe.
Nice.
Tiberius, boldly go. That's the ad copy on the back.
On the bottom of the bottle, it says, "You are a huge nerd." And when did
that come out?
Let's see. Back of the box says 2009. So I've had this
pretty recently.
10 years. Who gave it to me? It had to be somebody in our group.
Riker's number one spice would say boldly ho.
Wah, wah. Where's my soundboard?
I was thinking it has sandalwood and so I was like, that's pretty close to balsa. I think it would probably work for Riker too. We just don't know Riker's middle name.
Does he have one? Huh. I'm sure
he does. I don't know what it is. Because isn't his William T. Riker as well? So it also starts with a T.
I think that's right. I think it's Thomas, maybe. Because when he gets cloned, doesn't his clone take his middle name? Doesn't
you're correct. I think you're right.
And I just found a picture of you in my phone that is much more recent than the rafting picture.
Am I also wearing a cutoff tee?
No, but it is equally outrageous in its own way.
Send it.
So I don't think
then
you've
destroy
changed
it.
all that much.
I feel like I have. I would.
You look like you're in a K-pop band.
Destroy all evidence, please.
I think
guys.
that
picture is not that old, man. I'm just saying.
Wipe all evidence of my existence from this earth up until yesterday.
Self-flagellation going on. Give yourself a break, man. You bring people joy with your tops and your bottoms.
Whoa. This conversation's going somewhere I don't. How much?
Both tops and bottoms.
What are you trying to imply here, Erin?
Sometimes you wear fun pants, too.
Yeah. On my head. Yeah. Well.
That's your little catchphrase. You should be like, both tops and bottoms enjoy men win.
See, that would be a good cologne. Men win.
Yeah, we all need to write our cologne copy.
Okay, assignment for next week. Everyone has to write.
We should write it alone. You should write it for someone else. We should right? Shouldn't we write for other people?
I'll have to Secret Santa.
Right.
Copy for.
Pick out of a hat.
Yeah, we didn't get to do Christmas this year, so. Now what the fuck is happening? Why is he in the Dixon Hill program?
This is where he's hiding. He's hiding from Luxana in the holodeck.
He
just wanted to go there and relax and thought this was the best plan.
So this is just a goofball episode.
Yeah, there's no point to it at all. Like nothing happens in the episode. Okay. There's zero. There's not even the like bullshit. Like sometimes like stakes. They don't try even at all. So this guy here, the actor is Robert Riley, who will go on to become play Gowron. Was a very important Klingon later on in the series.
Oh, really?
That's you'll know him by his giant eyes.
Oh yeah, that guy has gigantic eyeballs. They bulge.
See? There they are.
Jeez. Wow.
He's the opposite of beady-eyed.
He probably needs to get his thyroid checked, but
our friend he was on the show on Lewis, I guess, met him once and he said it's very obvious he's Gowron when you see him because those eyes are so obvious.
I mean, he'd do well in that Fishman movie where what was that movie? The Shape of Water?
Oh yeah, where they're dating the fish.
Mm-hmm.
Fishman fucks.
Fishman fucks. That's a better title.
Yeah. The most common cause of bulging eyes is Graves' disease, or more specifically, Graves' ophthalmopathy, an autoimmune condition where the body's immune system produces an antibody to cells in the thyroid gland, causing an overproduction of thyroid hormones.
See? Erin's got it.
Erin was right. Get your thyroid. If your eyes are bulging, check your thyroid.
Check your thyroid.
Or go into the movies.
This is
or become an actor. Yeah.
Or find your niche inside.
I tell you, the bulging eyes really works when you see him as Gowron. Like it's a great look for that character. He's got those big ass eyes. And Gowron's an awesome character.
Now, if you were Mick Fleetwood, would you? Because you're in a costume. I suppose I would go on set and I would just appear anyways. Like you could just send someone and be like, and say you did it without actually having to do the work.
Will Riker's middle name is Thomas, by the way.
Right. Yeah.
I just looked it up.
Yeah.
That's an early corrections corner.
Now my fingers smell like Tiberius.
Whoa.
Smelling.
Yeah.
Sticking your fingers there.
Yeah. Did you?
Was William Shatner on Manhunt?
I squirted a little bit in the air so I could smell it, and now my smell's on my fingers.
You squirted some Tiberius on your finger. This. Well. Oh, is she? Is she talking about? Is she
What's
trying to flirt
Wesley
with
up
Worf?
to this week? He's lurking around in the background.
Yeah.
Nothing. He's just there every once in a while. For some reason, Geordi's not in this episode. See, he's like saying you should go hit on Geordi. He said that by covering his eyes with his hand.
Ooh.
Nice.
Did she reject Worf just
Good.
now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Why didn't she? Why wasn't she into Worf?
I don't know. She's not
She
into
racist
Klingons,
against
I guess.
Klingons?
She said probably
Spacist?
makes sense.
Yeah. Hmm.
She's spacist.
So, so Luxwana is like, I want to talk to Picard, and everyone's like, he's not here right now.
Yep.
And they're like, where is he? And they're like, we didn't. 19.
You don't know. I don't know how you'd even find him on a spaceship that's got a computer that can find anybody.
I mean,
on it.
usually
All
you
have
just
to do is
say,
ask.
computer locate so and so, and the computer's like, so and so is in the holodeck too, and you're like,
This
okay.
is how she finds
Right.
him, basically. So, like I said, it really kind of bugged me though this episode because I was like, why are you having this like super?
Who's
like,
that
the most
playing? Sorry, go ahead, Sean.
I was saying that, like, you know, the Enterprise is supposed to be like the most the top of the line in their cruisers, right?
Yeah.
And they're using it, and they're basically asking them to taxi these people around. That's all that they're doing. It seems like a waste of the Starship Enterprise.
But haven't you had to walk the streets for a little extra cash every now and then?
They do. I'm just gonna move right past.
Yeah,
that.
move right past.
Not even gonna engage.
Yeah. Haven't you had to hunt for men?
They do a lot of we're on a diplomatic mission kind of things on this show, right? Where
Yes.
we have to take Ambassador so and so to Starbase blah 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 so that they can then do the peace treaty. You know, they do a lot of that
Right.
on this show.
They do, and
It's just that there's no stakes in this one. Is what
I mean, that's why this one is glaring because there's zero. Like at least in the other ones, they at least manufacture some amount of stakes. Is either there's like a timeline or something like that. They don't try at all to do that in this episode.
Yeah, I just checked the time. Assuming that this was about to be done, and saw that there are 14 minutes remaining.
Right.
Who's playing the girl?
So the
Who's
actress
playing the
cast,
secretary?
Rhonda Aldrich is her name. She's
Uh-huh.
not really done much. She was in Crocodile Dundee in Los Angeles.
Nah,
The
she looks
best of the
vaguely familiar to me for some reason. But what did you just say?
I'm joking.
Oh.
It was a joke.
Been infected with my disease. Don't do it, Sean.
I was trying to get people riled up, taking a stand, get the Twitter folks talking about it.
I guess
More
you can
on
smoke on the holodeck, and it doesn't count because it's not
fake.
It's all fake. Like you don't get lung cancer if you smoke holodeck cigarettes.
Sweet.
She was in a lot of stuff. She goes back a ways.
She looks familiar to me. That's why I was asking.
I mean, the holodeck should perfectly simulate through like the same way the replicator does the cigarette, though, right? It's
That
just
guy is somebody. That guy is somebody recognizable too, Sean, the bartender.
So you're
Yeah.
has cancer, Jacob?
Huh?
You're saying if it's doing its job, it's causing cancer too?
Yeah, I think they could just cure that kind of cancer, though.
That's true.
Oh,
They only have to worry about space diseases. So.
Right.
Rod,
you can smoke all you
Rod
want.
Aaron is
Well,
that
Picard
guy.
is pretty much counting on no STDs in the holodeck.
He that actor Matt, he plays Mr. Hansen in Rent.
Oh.
That's not where I know him from.
So I don't know. That's what it says.
Is that Muffy's dad?
Oh, shit. He's probably a Broadway dude.
There's someone named Muffy.
Well, Allison is the name of the character.
There she is. Our old pal.
With
Catherine.
her dog, Evita.
Oh, man,
She
her
just
outfit.
comes onto the bridge.
Yeah.
Costume change.
Yep,
So-
yep.
Does Troy show up in future Star Treks, like current ones, or
Yeah,
what's
yeah,
her-
yeah.
Really?
She was in the
Tiana?
Picard one.
She was in one episode of Picard, yeah.
Okay, so she should be going through her stuff now. I want to see that.
Oh, well, she's married to Riker in the current show.
So she gets her bone in.
Yeah.
Don't get me. He's the
tromboner. The trombone scarab. Yeah, it's a whole thing.
That'd be a better middle name than Thomas.
They were pretty
William
flirty in
Tromboner
their.
Riker. That's a good cologne name, Tromboner.
They were pretty flirty in their guest star on Lower Decks.
Oh.
Like they have all of these like chemistry moments where they look at each other and like eyeing each other. So,
The both of them get started on the same episode?
yep.
Oh, very cool. Wow, these outfits, Erin, are thumbs up, thumbs down?
Yeah, like she's just having fun. She's like living.
It kind of looks like Mardi Gras, like
a little
sort of Mardi Gras colors.
Yeah,
Got a lot of purple and yellow, green. Yeah.
metallics. Yeah.
She looks like she's all dressed up for Fat Tuesday or
She's
whatever.
gonna go flash her boobs and get a lot of beads.
Yeah.
Hey,
Luoxana would get a
magic.
lot of beads if she was.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. She would have
I
no
gotta tell you, the one time I went to New Orleans, it was really disappointing.
Oh.
It was mostly men flashing their breasts at women throwing the beads from above, and it was just sort of like, what the hell is going on
That's
here?
equality right there, Sean.
I know, but who gives a shit? I can look at men's boobs every day. I don't care.
Well, one man's trash, another man's treasure.
Just saying,
You wanted more.
when you watch the Girls Gone Wild videos, you get a certain perspective on how these things
And
work.
that's
And
the
when
problem with those
when
sort of
you
videos.
get there and it's not like that, it's disappointing.
Mm.
Just saying.
Well, we don't have holodecks yet. Not yet, but day.
We're working on them. Those
What
VR setups they've got now are getting pretty close.
Yeah, I'm going to pass on that. What time of year did you go to?
I mean, it wasn't during Mardi Gras, so it wasn't like, but they still were like, there was still beads everywhere on Bourbon Street. And people were like up, it would still be pretty crowded, even though it wasn't Mardi Gras.
They must have just done this because Patrick Stewart likes dressing up and pretending to be a gangster or whatever.
And for some reason, Data felt like he needed to change.
Yeah, he decided he wanted to dress up. That's why he asked Riker to wait 5 minutes for him to run off and get dressed first.
Well, he does look cool in that outfit. It looks like he'd be in that Michael Jackson video.
He cuts a line in a suit, Red Spiner.
Yeah,
Data
especially
takes
with
the
his
holodeck. Data takes his holodeck work very seriously. Like he's a hardcore cosplayer. He doesn't just show up.
Mm-hmm.
He shows up ready to go.
Yeah, if you were Picard and you just had, or if you were Patrick Stewart and you had like a year of sci-fi, I'd want to escape to some fedoras and slick-looking jackets every now and
Hell
then.
yeah! You mean I don't have to put that? You mean I don't have to put the dumb jumpsuit on this week?
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why Brent Spiner was like, I want to wear a suit. Can I get the fuck out of this?
But then why didn't Riker go for it as well?
I don't think he cares.
Riker
as
doesn't
much.
care that much.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Like I can put my foot up on a stool anywhere. It's harder in a suit to do that move.
Now look at that. Yeah.
Now, those are some sleeves.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I like
Drama.
it. That looks like a mid-early 90s prom dress. I like how she knocks on the glass of the computer to say to
Mm-hmm.
She's old school. Mm-hmm.
I like her service prom dress too.
I like how she's talking to herself because it's her voice.
yes, she is talking to herself.
Oh. I suppose I hadn't. I'm sure. I know you guys have mentioned that before, but I didn't make that connection.
She's the only actress that's been, I think, in every iteration of Star Trek.
Oh.
Because she at least always does until she died, but she always is she's been the computer Even up until, I think, Discovery, she even is the computer voice. Is that right, Matt?
I don't know.
Yeah. But she's even in the first, the Star Trek, the J.J. Abrams. She does the voice of the computer even in that.
Isn't Picard all about communication? Couldn't this be this whole episode just be taken care of by just a private conversation? Like, hey, I like you, but I'm just not there. I'm sorry.
She's too sassy for him.
He doesn't want to embarrass her, and so he's running away. It's the better plan.
It's the better.
Like, I don't have the balls to tell this woman I'm not interested, so I'm just going to go hide in the holodeck until she's off the ship.
Yeah. No.
It was a good plan until it wasn't anymore.
So her last credit is in the Star Trek reboot movie, the first JJ movie, where she's the voice of the computer. So that was the last time she did it. No.
Yeah.
I don't know who does the voice of the computer on Discovery.
Well, one day they'll just synthesize all the voice clips and they'll just be able to make the computer say whatever they want to. And whoever's voice.
Erin, take a guess. How many times do you think we'll see Oksana Troy's mom?
In the entirety of... You said 10?
2 times per season, because that's what we've had thus far.
I think that's a lot.
It's a total of 6.
How many
on this show? There were 7 seasons of this show. She made 6 appearances. And then she's on 3 episodes of Deep Space Nine also.
This is like an episode of Nickelodeon's... what was that slime show?
Which one? They had several shows that involved slime.
All of them, yeah.
You can't do that on television?
That was the original one. Double Dare, maybe?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was hideous.
They look like squids.
Yeah, it looks like it.
It just looks like there's so much essence in the broth.
Essence of squid.
Yep.
It's Tiberius in there.
Yep. Notes of tromboner.
Geez.
That guy who plays Lurch is really good at standing still and just not doing anything.
That's what I'm saying.
He looks like he's just falling asleep.
He does look like he's asleep. He's just taking a nap back there.
See? It's not an issue. You just go on with your life. Do your thing. You do you.
Or do other people as well. Yeah. Well, it'd still be weird.
I'm just saying, like Henry VIII, he didn't care. He just have servants around, I'm just saying different mindsets.
Oh, sure. If I had servants, I wouldn't care if I had sex in front of them. Because they are lesser people. Not worthy of my caring about them.
So the servants are not a problem, but the pets are a deal breaker?
Well, I think pets are sort of on the same level.
Sean doesn't have servants, you guys.
Yeah. Sean's just...
it's a good thing I don't have servants. I don't know that I treat them very well.
Yeah, Sean's fine. You're just being argumentative.
I mean, if you're already calling them servants, there's a dynamic going on.
Right, exactly.
It's not a world that we're familiar with. So they're just like fish, silverfish. They're part of the entourage. That's all we know about them.
They're baddies, it turns out.
Yeah.
Oksana just read their minds and realized that they were going to blow up the conference. They're like terrorists or something. So she saved the day and solved a problem that nobody, including the audience, even knew existed.
Was the problem? This guy threw it at the end, and she solves the problem. That wasn't a problem until right now.
Yeah. She's trying to tell Picard.
Deanna has dark eyes too. Look at her eyes.
Yeah.
She's got
There's something about
Betazoids.
I
Mom.
think she's wearing contacts.
Yeah, I don't think she's wearing
I think
contacts.
those
either.
are just her regular eyes.
Yeah.
I
She
think
always accuses Jean-Luc of having boner thoughts about her right before right when she shows up, or last thing she says as she's leaving. She likes to drop a zinger about how hot Picard is for her right at the end of the episode.
But that episode showed her that he doesn't.
Yeah, but she doesn't. She's just, she likes
Impervious to that.
She doesn't care.
Yeah. Okay.
She likes to mess with him.
Okay. Well, was that 6-1, guys? Was that 6-1 worthy?
Nope.
Better?
Oh, God, no. Episode is
I usually
garbage.
like when he's in 1930s land. Like I like that setting, but it didn't.
Yeah, they didn't do much with it.
It
They
didn't seem
didn't
like
do.
that
The
was
problem was they were like, they didn't do enough with Loxana, and they didn't do. It's like they tried to do both, but ended up screwing both sides because they didn't have enough time to do either to make it interesting.
Yeah.
I could have definitely used more fish barrel.
Really?
It's like they took two ideas that they hadn't fully fleshed out and just stuck them together and was like, no, neither of these ideas were good enough by themselves, but we stick them together and now we've got an episode.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, one whole story beat was like, okay, I'm in the holodeck now, and I just can't seem to find a version of the program that's relaxing. Like, that's like a whole struggle that he goes through.
So
But
yeah,
I think we all learned
Not
a little
as
bit
high.
about Betazoid horniness.
Yep.
and our
and about-
holiness.
If you find a middle-aged Betazoid man, you might be able to score finally.
But we know that I'm trying not to score. That's why my Pon Farr is incessant.
Your Pon Farr gives you strength. Is that what you're saying?
He's
I draw my power
need my
from
pain.
I need my pain.
Pain. Yeah, that's me, Spock, with the rock monster. Or I am the rock monster. Rock cock monster.
You were like Kirk in the last movie, how he was like, I want my pain. I need it. It's what makes me who I am.
Yeah, I miss watching movies. Movies. We'll get to another one in a year and a half. So,
Jake, who is the Mac in Fleetwood Mac named for?
good question.
The Fleetwood is Mick Fleetwood. Who's the Mac?
I've already named all the people in Fleetwood Mac who I know.
Yeah,
So-
it's not either one of them. That is true.
It's not either one of them. You're right about that.
After we are done taping this, I will immediately go back to thinking that Fleetwood Mac is only two people. Of significance.
Yeah.
So just tell me if you want to.
And their names are Stevie Nicks and Lindsey Buckingham.
That's right.
Was Mac the drummer?
Yeah, John McVie was is his name. He's
Yeah,
the drummer.
he's the bass player. No, Mick Fleetwood was a drummer.
Fleetwood's, yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
John McVie was the bass player.
Okay.
And then Chrissy McVie was the other singer, the other female singer.
Right.
His
McVie,
wife,
John's
or then
wife.
ex-wife, and then wife again. And
And they were all sleeping with each other. I love Fleetwood Mac so much.
yeah,
I would
I
love
love
to do
listening to
a
rumors and just imagine them all writing these songs, tearing each other apart, and having them have to sing them and play them
The rest
in
of
front
it.
of each other
Yeah.
while they're recording that. It's just awesome.
It's amazing. Somebody could make an amazing movie about
Oh.
just
I'm
that,
shocked
just
it's
that
never
era of
done. I
Fleetwood.
can't. There must be. They must not let people.
I think it's because they are all constantly fighting with each other, even now, even to this
Yeah,
day.
for
That
rights
it's
and-
impossible to get the five of them all on the
To
same
agree.
page. It
They'll have to
feels
be
like
They
posthumous.
should all play themselves.
getting all five of them to
Use
agree
the
on like.
de-aging technology.
Yes.
Make them all look younger.
Just
Or-
I think getting
Yeah.
all five of them to agree on, like
Anything.
a script would be is like an impossible task
Mhm.
because none of them, I'm sure, want to be portrayed as the
Monsters they all were.
villains, right? So
I'm sure Mick Fleetwood. He was always seemed to be the only one that was sort of a generally nice guy.
He seems like
just wanted to play music, and he played drums with Spinal Tap for a while.
It'll probably have to wait until they're dead before they can make that movie.
Or they'd have complete control over it, like
and you get some whitewashed thing that doesn't really tell the real story. Yeah.
If they have control over it, I would want to see them play themselves, but no de-aging technology. They're just as themselves.
Yeah. I think they should all play each other.
Yeah,
you just want 75-year-old Stevie Nicks playing
Lindsey Buckingham playing Stevie Nicks, and
you're saying they should play each other?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, that's interesting.
Stevie Nicks would play Mick Fleetwood.
That's LARPy. That's a LARP idea that we had once that I don't think we ever really did. But
where we all played Fleetwood Mac?
No, where we all played each other.
Oh, each other. Yeah. Yeah, that's a terrible idea.
Matt and I talked about it.
Everyone's feelings are going to get hurt.
That's why we didn't do it. We realized,
it's
we realized the potential. We realized there was a lot of potential for hurt feelings and mean caricatures, so we decided not to do that. In one of our rare moments of like good thinking, good decision making, we decided not to do it.
As you're writing it, you're like, well, this group of friends had its run. It's about time it ended.
Us would have been friends with each other by the end of it. Just turned that dial with the minutes to midnight. I just turned it 1 more minute. Back to 3.
Yes. You're also a good person, Matt. Yeah, I have to recognize that. We should.
Thank you very much for listening to Warped. You can follow, rate, review, and subscribe at iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts. You can email us at warpedthepodcast@gmail.com. Follow us on Twitter at warpedtrek, or you can follow me at Host Warped. You can follow Minh to learn about our Dungeons & Dragons and Call of Cthulhu podcasts and live streams at Wet Maynard. You can follow us on Instagram at Warped. Which one? What is it on Instagram? I always forget.
Warped the Podcast.
Warped the Podcast. And our merchandise is on Instagram at lunar_flare. Best of all, you can go to Patreon and become a patron and give us money in exchange for additional material and bonus episodes.
Sweet. So next week we're watching another episode. But until then, my name is Sean.
My name is Matt.
I'm Jake.
Erin.
I'm Minh.
And I'm May.
Good night, everybody.
Bye-bye.